And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free to travel in Europe for 90 days. Happy birthday, America! Yeah, you don't look a day over 241. No. Hey guys, it's Yes or No. I'm coming to you from the 4th of July, but maybe you're getting this on the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. Who knows how long I'll procrastinate before I get this up. But if I can be as good at time management as I've been in the past, you'll get it sooner rather than later. That's right, there are a couple things I'm gonna teach you today, and one is how I managed my time back when I was in college, aka college. So for those of you who don't know, I graduated from Harvard like a year ago. And, you know, say what you want about me, say what you want about my face, say what you want about my stained tooth. That's gonna be better on the 10th of July when I go to the dentist. But one thing you can't say about me was that I was bad at time management. So today I'm gonna give you like some of my tips and tricks for how I budgeted my time. Tip number 1, you want to segment the times that you work into large chunks of time where your sole priority is finishing the task at hand. Because what that does is it allows you to pour your dedication and focus into that item, and it also allows you to limit the amount of transition time that your brain needs to transfer from one activity to another. Now, how much time is enough time, you might ask? Great question. So the way that I always did it is I would look back at previous assignments that were very similar to what I was planning on working on in the future, and I would allot the amount of time that it had taken me on that last assignment plus 25 to 50% more time. So I would always overestimate the amount of time it would take me just to try and be cautious. All of this is nice and dandy when you have the time to spare, but sometimes you fudge up. And desperate times call for desperate measures. When you're finding yourself with really no time in your calendar to devote to your work, what you want to do is you want to steal time from all the little moments in your life. Like for example, when you're waiting on the metro with nothing to do, that's a great time to do your work. When you're waiting for somebody for dinner and they're late, oh my gosh, don't get mad, do your work. When your roommate sexiles you for the night, you're not getting any sleep, do your work, you know, like, opportunity calls, seize it. So some of you guys might be like, oh God, yes or no, the last thing I want to do when I'm sexiled is my homework. Okay, I got you, let's be preventative about this then. Next tip to help you manage your time more effectively, learn things the first time around. Not just that, learn things correctly the first time around, okay? Don't be sitting there with your laptop up watching baseball when your professor is giving you a lecture on economic theory. No. What? I'm sorry, what are you thinking? I guarantee you it's gonna take you 2 to 3 times as long to figure out the material when you're there on your own in your bedroom, as opposed to when you're there and the expert is speaking the knowledge into your face. When you're in a position to learn, optimize your learning. Okay? This is my next tip. Oh my God, I have so many. This one has to do with changing your mindset, which is a little bit more broad, but I feel like I have to talk about it because your mindset is everything when it comes to how far you go in life. Essentially, as humans, we get what we prioritize. When I was back in school, my priorities were always sort of in flux, but more often than not, I always ranked homework and sleep as more important than social activities during the weekdays. So that meant I wouldn't even give a second thought to if a party was happening on Tuesday if I hadn't finished my assignments for the following days. It's a harsh life, but somebody has to live it. One thing I want to tell you guys about that I haven't mentioned yet is the 80-20 principle. Now this comes up in every self-help book you'll read, and why should this video be any different? But the 80-20 principle is basically this idea that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. So what this means in terms of time management is that you want to focus most of your time on things that will get you most of the results. For example, if there's a project in class that will account for 80% of your grade, focus on that. Don't worry about completing all the readings for a class, or if you accidentally missed a lecture, don't worry about all that. Focus on the meat of what's important and cut away all the fat. I guarantee you'll feel lighter not carrying around all that mental weight. Speaking of cutting down on mental weight, next tip. My next tip is not to stress. Take a hint from Bob Marley and realize that in your life you have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. So, don't worry, be happy. No, but it's true. Up to this point in your life, everything that's needed to get done has gotten done. So there's no reason to expect that it won't get done in the future. And so just take off all that stress you're putting on yourself to get things done, and then work with the knowledge. I'm just gonna try and get as much done as I can, and that'll be enough. All right, guys, I can feel my energy level is waning, which is really convenient because I'm on my last tip for you guys, which is, it's so funny, it's so well timed. The last tip is know when to stop, okay? If your time management problems are coming because you're trying to do too much, then the only solutions are you either need to, 1, learn how to do it faster. May I recommend to you speed reading? Or 2, just learning how to give some stuff up. Time management only works if you have time to manage. Otherwise, you'll burn yourself out trying to do too much. All right, guys, I think we talked this time management issue out. I'm gonna ask for your guys' help now to write me academically oriented topics down in the comments below that you would like to see me discuss in the future. All right, that's all. I'm Yes or No. As always, you can donate to my Patreon if you want to support me financially. Something I haven't told you, I've been growing my Instagram a little bit, so if you want to follow me there, I'm at Yes Renault, and I'll catch you on the flip side, home skillet. Peace. Hey, no, no.